Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. Today we have a slightly different video, and this was our predictions at the start of the year versus what actually happened. So at the start of the season, myself and Luke created a table that we believed would be the final table come the end of the league. Some interesting calls. We're going to work it that you'll get a point for every position that you are away from the actual final league position. So really we're going for the least amount of points as possible. Obviously I think there's going to be one very obvious one which is going to get a lot of people a lot of points if you've done a similar thing at home. But let's kick it off. So the final league table finishing bottom, we had Cardiff. We actually had Cardiff finishing 18th. We actually thought they recruited quite well on freeze. We thought they could have gone one way or the other. I know they got Willock, El Ghazi and Chambers, who ironically got sent off against us. But we had them coming in at 24th. We had Plymouth coming in at 23rd, so only 1 point there. Again, that was mainly because of Wayne Rooney, but even a late change hasn't really helped them out. Now this is obviously the big one. Luton being relegated, finishing 22nd. We actually had them finishing, let's have a look, we had them second. It was the Rob Edwards effect. We thought they had built basically a championship super team, which they hadn't in the end. But yeah, that was a big amount of points that will cost us there. But if I'm honest, I think if you ask most people where Luton finished up, I'd be surprised if anyone had them outside their top three. So yeah, we've got Luton in second compared to their 22nd. 21st, Hull. We had Hull finishing 15th. Thought they lost a few key players. We didn't see the drop off being that much, but yeah, they've just escaped it. Obviously Kamara went over to them as well, which could have been a good signing, but I don't think really he's lived up to that price tag of around that 4 or 5 million. We then had Preston in 20th. We had Preston finishing 20th, so didn't think we were created amazingly. Luke told myself that he thought Lowe would be gone very early on, which he was. They obviously got Heckingbottom in. It hasn't worked out how they thought it would, but yeah, no points there, which is a result. 19th, Derby. We had Derby finishing 23rd. I think a lot of people will have the 3 coming up being 3 going down, so I'm not too surprised by that. Stoke 18th. We had Stoke 12th. Thought Schumacher would settle in. Obviously he didn't. They did some all right signings. Then Mark Robbins came in, and obviously P. Lash as well. They've got through quite a few managers this season. I think they're happy they've just survived now, so they can focus on next year. We had Oxford then 17th. We predicted them to go down, 22nd. Portsmouth 16th, then QPR 15th. So we had Portsmouth 21st, and we had QPR 14th. So not too kind of bad. We knew that the QPR's manager kind of changed towards the back end of last year. There were some promising signs, hoping they would progress, which they did, but they didn't have really the players to really push on. Watford 14th, we had Watford 13th, so again, not too bad. And then Norwich 13th. We estimated they finished 10th, so not wildly off. Obviously a very poor season for the Canaries. Thought maybe didn't live up to the expectations. He was obviously sacked with 2 games to go. Wilshere coming in as the interim manager. Yeah, I mean, we both thought it'd be a transition season. I just think unfortunately we didn't see enough there to really kick on and be happy with that. Sheffield Wednesday finished 12th, and we had them finishing 11th, and Swansea finished 11th, and we had Swansea finishing 19th, so another big one which we got wrong. But again, a lot of those middle ones were quite close to call, so I think we're relatively happy with that so far. Middlesbrough finished 10th, and we had Middlesbrough 5th. We thought Carrick would kick on. Obviously they did sell Leif to Atlanta, and then yeah, there was an informed striker that just disappeared, so we had them finishing 5th. West Brom finished 9th. We had West Brom finishing 6th. Millwall finished 8th. We had Millwall 17th. Again, I don't think anyone really thought Millwall would be that team that would be putting pressure on the top 6, but they were. It went down to the final game of the season. Alec Neil's got them playing kind of Alec Neil football, really challenging and putting everything out on the line, and they nearly got that playoff push, which they, I think, nearly deserved, to be honest. Blackburn finished 7th. We had Blackburn 16th. Obviously, we predicted Schmolitz to go. I think everyone did. And with that happening, I think they just lost a lot of goals. Bristol finished 6th. We had Bristol 9th. We really liked Manning. They did lose a couple of key players, but yeah, he's worked absolute wonders, and to be honest, probably want them to go up out of the playoff teams. Coventry finished 5th. We had Coventry 7th. Again, Frank Lampard's come in since Robbins turned it around completely. I think if they had had him from the start of the season, they could have potentially really been a push for the top 4. Sunderland finished 4th. We had Sunderland 8th. Sheffield United finished 3rd. We have them 1st. Thought they recruited really well. I'm quite surprised they didn't make more of a kind of go at it with those top 2. We have Burnley finishing 2nd, and we predicted they'd finished 4th. Prem quality players, but I think there was Burnley, Leeds, Luton and Sheffield United for us. So yeah, Burnley, we lost a couple of points off, and Leeds obviously won the title last day of the season. We predicted them to finish 3rd. So yeah, those top 4 we were nearly right with. It was just Luton, unfortunately. But that is how we did. I think overall, not too bad. I know the Luton one is going to get everyone, unfortunately. But in general, I think we were relatively close or close-ish. Leave a comment down below if you have predicted any of those kind of big surprises, mainly the Luton one. Make sure to like and subscribe as well. Plenty more Norwich content coming, even though the season has ended. We are constantly looking to keep putting out new Norwich content, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and we will see you in the next video.